Yes, D, I replied. I was waiting back on you, Debo Camp. I did reply an hour later because I was in the middle of moving, so I didn't see the email until an hour later. But as I saw it, I read it and hurried and replied. But I didn't see anything after that. All right. Welcome all you guys. Miss Gloria Drummond, Marina Cooks, Debo Camp. Wow, Lisa. All right now. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Yes, Lord. Come on in, you guys. Okay. So this video won't be long because we're gonna have to, Miss Lakeisha, welcome. We're gonna have to come back on here for prayer tonight, a 9 o'clock prayer. Okay. Prayer tonight is going to be important. Let me just go ahead and give you a part of the prayer is going to be geared to those who want to pray in the spirit, who want to be um, who want to be able to pray in the spirit. Okay, if that be you, hugs, Miss Gloria, then you need to be on here tonight. Cynthia Hickland, welcome, 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 welcome. So this video won't be long because again, we're gonna have to pray. Made by God, welcome. We're gonna have to pray about 9 o'clock tonight. All right. So as you see in the title, it says, you know, is this a squirrelocide? A squirrelocide? Meaning this, when you hear something like squirrelocide, you think of a homicide. But when I say squirrelocide, I mean, are these squirrels committing suicide all of a sudden? Okay, so one or two, three dead squirrels. Okay. But you guys, I've been seeing dead squirrels everywhere. Okay. But there's a pattern with it. And I've been seeing this for 3 months. Okay. For 3 months. Now, was in one day, I was on my way to work, and I think I mentioned this to you guys one video at some point. But I was driving down the street early one morning, and it was cold, but looked like every 50 to 100 yards, there was a dead squirrel in the middle of the street. Like if my car was going to roll over it, I would, the tires wouldn't hit it. Okay. Because it was in the middle of the street, every 50 to 100 so yards. And I'm like, is that a squirrel? Oh my God, there's another one. There's another one. What is going on? So I just kind of dismissed it. But I want to take you guys back to something, if you remember me telling you earlier this year in January, Texas was under a little snowstorm. Okay. And while we were in this little snowstorm, right after the snow kind of, went away, my daughter told me one day I came home from work and she was like, Mom, I hear something in the fireplace. And I'm like, what do you mean you hear something in the fireplace? And so she was like, just watch. And I can hear something moving around in the fireplace. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe a bird. But the thing sounded huge, huge. You hear me? So I went to the office and I told them, I'm like, y'all, something in my in my fireplace and it needs to get out of here because I don't want the thing to die. Okay. And whatever it is huge. And I don't want to open up the trap whatever you call that to the fireplace so the thing can come in in this apartment. So they was like, so both the manager and the other one, both of them came down, and they was like, one of them was like, oh hell no. And they got ready to leave. I was like, wait, where you going? Y'all ain't leaving here until this thing, whatever it is. And they was like, you're right, it does. It sound big. But when they got here, this thing was really, really making so much noise. Like said that they were thinking that they would have to knock on it to make it make noise. No, this thing was really just showing out. And I was like, either it likes y'all or it's really trying to tell us it wants to get out, right? So long story short, it was that Friday. Somebody was supposed to come by that night. They never did. That Monday, well, during the weekend, well, because one of the people from the office said, I was like, well, I'm just wondering how the this animal or whatever it is even get in here, because the deal where the fireplace is, whatever the chute or whatever you call it, it is very, very, very high. Like, if I can almost say a story high. I mean, it is high in the air. Okay. But that Monday, I went by there. I was like, okay, nobody ever came this weekend. But let me tell you something. That Saturday, I said, Lord, if this is a monitoring spirit that has been sent by a witch, I prayed, me and my daughter, warfare prayer. And one of the prayer points was, if this was anything, an animal sent by a witch to monitor me, Lord, may the judgment of God be upon that animal, Lord. When you say that, you're saying, Lord, you choose the judgment. Okay. 10 to 15 minutes later, we did not hear that thing move around. My daughter went to work, and I'm like, okay, what? Okay, it's not making noise. Monday morning, the thing still wasn't making noise. They came over, they got the guy to get it out. My daughter called me at work and said, Mom, guess what it was? And I'm like, okay, what? Is it dead? Yeah, it's dead. What is it? It was a squirrel. Okay? Remember the prayer. Now, as you see the little still shot, when you click on the video, you see me with the FBI. That FBI, the Lord gave me that acronym a long time ago. FBI, Fruit Bearer Inspector. Okay. I just kind of, did a little research and a little investigation. All right. And this is what I found. Again, this video won't be long, but I want to. Oh, yeah, we'll be praying it. Trust me. Okay. But this night, well, I just wanted to bring your attention to this situation and what I found. Squirrels have been coming up dead for the past 2 years. I mean, for the past 2 years. 2 years. When I Googled it, there were people asking questions. Are y'all seeing squirrels all of a sudden come up dead? And it went far back as 2024. That's when it first started. People started noticing it. And I'm like, okay. So it wasn't just this year. This has been kind of going on. Well, 2025, there were other incidents. I saw that. And as you see in the title, it speaks about witches on the still shot. I went to look up a squirrel, the nature of a squirrel, and what they like, and what about them. Two things that stood out to me. One, their adaptability. Two, it talks about how they have an exceptional way to see. Powerful. I mean, when I read it, I'm like, bam, there you go, right there. Sure enough, as I kept reading, I saw a write up from a young witch, okay, that said that she was young and how she was looking into being a witch, and she was hearing about how squirrels were being used, and there was some other word that she wanted to talk about, that she used, and she was wondering how it was going to be used. And long story short, you guys, witches is responsible for these dead squirrels. Okay, they're using them to monitor people. Okay, especially people of God, especially people that pray. And like I was telling my daughter when it happened, I'm like, so the enemy, when people, when the enemy have a hard time trying to get to you or next to you or to try to find out what's going on, they use animals. Okay, believe it or not, they use animals. All right. And another thing that was revealed to me, let me tell you, the hedge has been broken. And I wish Jaquel was on here tonight. The hedge, what hedge, Nikki? The hedge of protection. Jeremiah 5:22 talks about how the Lord, created, how he created the waters, the sea, or what, okay? To where, and think about it. You on the beach, okay? But there's always a line where the water starts, okay? But that water never ever really comes forward from the land unless there's a hurricane or something like that. The hedge has been broken. I'm seeing their adaptability. These squirrels are normally in wooded areas around, like little neighborhoods. Yeah, they'll be around things like apartments, but they're going to be around trees. All these dead squirrels that I have been seeing, they are not around the areas where they have been found to adapt to. They are found in the street. And I'm okay, is it a squirrelocide, or are they just committing suicide and killing them little cells? No, no, no way. And let me tell you, I remember last year I went into Walmart looking for a Bible. Bibles have been taken out of Walmart, okay? Completely out. You are not going to find a Bible up in there. You are not going to find. I'm going to tell you what you will find up in there: books on witches, witchcrafts, spells, and all kinds of little evil witchcraft stuff. That is what you're going to find. All right? That's what you're going to find. You are not going to find any type of Bibles. So these witches are using these squirrels to be able to spy on people, to be able, like it's a blood sacrifice. They're using it for blood, and I'm noticing that when I see it, it's like when I'm seeing them dead, it's like the inside of them are gone, not like they splattered from a tire. No, the inside, their head is still intact. The lower part of their body, the inside, like somebody gutted them and threw them in the street. They are all found in the street. It's a pattern. And when you see a pattern, you better look out. See, the hedge of protection is being broken. What I'm getting at with this, everybody, you heard me talk about CERN. There's a new level of evil. Okay? There are young people, even Christians, who are just spiritually ignorant. They are delving in witchcraft. Okay, and they think it's cool, oh, I can be able to see this, I can be able to levitate, I can be able to do such and such and do this and do that. But that is what is going on. That's why it is so Oh my God. It is so important that the people of God pray. Okay? If you're not covered in the blood, if you're not protected by prayer, he that dwelleth in the secret place shall abide under the shadows of his wings, meaning a covering. Okay? It's all of a sudden. And I'm telling you, before I left Louisiana, I had a witch that was staying next door to me. She put the symbol on her window. Just all of a sudden start delving in witchcraft, going to the little meetings and all of that. Made by God, welcome. So I just want to put that little nugget in you guys' ears so you can be praying, okay, and monitoring and familiar. I'm seeing that too in my dreams. Familiar monitoring spirits, okay. So they out. Dead squirrels, witches is responsible for that. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That's why a lot of young people, they are turning away. They don't want nothing to do with Jesus. They don't want nothing to do with the Bible. But that's why, people, we must pray. All right. That's all I have to share with you guys on that. I see there wasn't too many people on here, but that's okay. They can come watch the replay. I want to see you guys here at 9. We're going to pray about some things. But again, if you're looking to be baptized in the Holy Spirit and you want to be able to, yeah, they use animals. They use not typically too much a dog because um, they want animals that really see. They use things like birds and cats and things like that. Now they've been known to use dogs, but yeah, they are using squirrels right now. Okay. But if again, if you want to be baptized with the Holy Spirit tonight, you want to make sure you're on. If you want the gift of tongues, all right, you want to be on tonight. We're going to be praying for things like discernment, okay, spiritual vision. There's some other things that I need to add in this new month, what we're going to be doing. All right. So, with that said, I will see you guys on here tonight. Um, all right. See you on here tonight at 9 o'clock. Not midnight, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Tierra Reed, welcome. Chosen Remnant, everybody coming in. M. Lopez. So y'all be back at 9 o'clock p.m. I'm putting it in the Central Time. You don't want to miss it. 9 p.m. Central Time. That's about an hour and 15 minutes. An hour and 15 minutes. Oh, what? Well, I don't know what happened, but it shows that it went. Um, but yeah, send it to the C Hall email as you see in the description. Of course, not on this video because I'm doing a live, but the C Hall email for Zelle. And thank you so very much. May the Lord bless you and return it 100,000 fold. I'm trying to, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Mm, mm. Oh, don't don't know. Right here. Yeah, I sent the email at 6:22. 6:22. But almost exact to the hour because your email came at 5:32. Okay. Almost an hour. Yeah. All right. Okay, no worries. Thank you. Okay, thank you guys for joining us. Come back at 9 p.m. See you tonight. Have a good night.